So TCU and Oklahoma State played the game of the week in the Big 12, and TCU continues to be undefeated. They joined Kansas State, who now plays TCU coming up this week. And you look at the standings, and Oklahoma has avoided the basement, and that solely belongs to Iowa State at this point. So with 3 losses in conference, TCU and Kansas State undefeated. One of them lose that status. However, one of them gets to a 4th win in a 9-game conference season with no losses. What do you think the goals of this team should be at this point? What do you think is realistic, but also optimistic and something that they should strive for at this point?
Yeah, so I think the realistic goals for this team, I think, has to be bowl eligibility. That you have to be able to find a couple more wins over these last 5 games, and I think they have the opportunity to get there. Realistically, you've got, even though it's a road game, you've got Iowa State on the road, off of that week off, and then you've got West Virginia in Morgantown, but you've got a couple of and then at Texas Tech, but then you've got a couple of home games against really good teams, against Oklahoma State and Baylor. So I think realistically, if this team, where it sits right now, obviously not where it was at the beginning of the year, but where it sits right now would be, I think, to get to bowl eligibility. Now, if a couple of things go right now, in looking very, very optimistically, I mean, I guess you could see a situation where this team could get to 7 or 8 wins. I mean, that would include a couple of upsets, probably against Oklahoma State and or Baylor. Probably maybe a win against Texas Tech and West Virginia, and Iowa State on the road. So, but I think when you look at it, all 5 of the rest of these games certainly are winnable, and they are against, outside of Oklahoma State, the middle to low end of the Big 12 conference. So you should, you have the ability, I think, to potentially get to 7 to 8, but I would say realistically, if they can get to 6, I think that's going to be invaluable for this team. I know it's not. I know most fans would look at that, and I think the coaching staff and the overall view of the program would look at that as an extremely disappointing year. However, where they're at now, I think getting that opportunity to have those extra practices for those younger kids, I think would be very valuable towards the end of the season. So, I think that's realistic, Mark. I think you've got to get to 6 wins. I think if they're less than 6, then it's about as disappointing of a season as you could have envisioned for this team. Even, like I said, even 6-6 is pretty much there, but at least you have that added benefit of playing an extra game, and I think it's like 12 to 15 extra practices towards the end of the season as well.
So if we dream a little bit, Kevin, or Jason, I'm sorry, I'm looking at something here. If we dream a little bit on this one, then it's Oklahoma winning 5 consecutive games, and it's 6-3, and they probably still don't even squeeze into the conference championship game.
No, probably not. I mean, to your point that you led before, with if TCU, either or, whoever wins this game between TCU and Kansas State, obviously they both have the head-to-head against Oklahoma, so they will essentially have a 5-game lead.
Yeah.
Over Oklahoma. So, yeah, I mean, I think you could, to your point, pie in the sky, you win 5 straight, and you're 9-3 to end the season, and what is that? That puts you at 6-3 in the conference, but you're probably 3rd or 4th at that point, I would guess, depending on, what some of these other teams do, right in the upper half of the league right now. But yeah, I mean, even 9-3, I don't think gets you there.